Hola, Frill Talk, and welcome to a new episode of Frill Talk. Today, I have the lovely Lisha. Hello. So tell us, Lisha, tell us about yourself. What J fashion styles do you wear, and how long have you worn J fashion?
So I'm Lisha from Chicago. I've been doing gyaru since 2007-ish. That was when I kind of debuted on the scene, if you will. But I had a love for EGO fashion. But gyaru was a lot more accessible for me as a South Sider in Chicago. Apparently, I've been doing J fashion for 18 years. I
Wow,
suck at
almost two
math.
decades.
So there's that. I used to do manba, banba, rakugaru, to more like a one, ane, and kind of like a ora ora ke, to now a little bit of that one, ane, as well as a bit of like sprinkle of hime, with like a one gyaru twist to that, and also kind of doing like a more lighter core, like older gyaru rock look as well. I've recently got into the EGL community, which I've loved for so long, and it's so cute and everything. I have a couple of dresses now, and doing my best to get some decent cords. So yeah, yeah, I do kind of
Yeah,
like a little mix up of like Hime and like Lolita from time to time. So
very cute. So you've been part of the J fashion community almost 20 years.
yes.
Starting with Gal and then now in like Gothic and He-Man as far as styles. So what initially like drew you to J fashion?
So I came from a school, like an elementary school that had uniforms, and it was so droll. Just like, this is boring, ill-fitting clothes. Just I was like, there has to be something like cuter out in the world. So eventually, like I liked video game fashion, like from Final Fantasy and things like that, to like alternative, goths, punks stuff, and then eventually going to Borders in high school, and seeing like the Fruits compilation book, and the Schoolgirl Inferno, and I'm like, this is so amazing. Like, how come a lot of people in Chicago don't like dress up or whatever? I saw some pictures of gunguros. They freaked me out. I was actually going to make fun of them, like a little YouTube, little white circles and everything. And putting the makeup on to prepare myself for like a little funny parody. I was like, I have to do this. I have to get good at this makeup. And ever since then, like I just put in a lot of practice and it started from there.
Wow. How has your style evolved over time?
So my style has evolved from um very extreme makeup. Like I would do, like if I wasn't going to school with my Manba Banba makeup, I would do it on the bus, or I would do it like before classes start, in between classes, things like that. So very flamboyant, um, teased hair and everything. Cool casual clothes, lots of like ripped denim, graphic tees, to now getting older, let me tap into my femininity a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, I have some new graphic tees. I got, some like cool-esque things, but definitely like a little bit more polished than like, wow, crazy Mamba gal.
So you started with Gal and you started wearing Lolita. How has that transition been? Like, what made you start wearing EGL and how has it been transitioning from so many years in Gal?
Right. So Gato is just a lot more cost effective. Years ago, like now there's dresses under like $100, or you can get like a cord for a little under 100, maybe blouse or whatever. Like, things are just a lot more budget friendly, or you can find like secondhand dresses. When I had looked into the EGL community back in the day, like you had, um, behind the bows, you had like such strict guidelines. You couldn't wear really bold makeup. You couldn't have like the two-toned hair that was like popular back in the like 2010s.
Right.
Um, So like getting into gyaru, like okay, I can wear jeans and a cute top, do my makeup and stuff. It was just like a lot easier than okay, let me try to get like what one dress that's like a couple $100 and know that I might not have the petticoat, the shoes, the socks, or the stockings, the appropriate like head bow and things like that. And the stickler that I am, I'm like, okay, here are the guidelines. I don't want to mess this up because I saw how strict people were. Um, so putting that kind of like on the back burner just because I didn't have the funds and I just wasn't going to be like, Dad, buy me thousands of dollars worth of dresses. I guess I could have, but um, I couldn't make them myself because my sewing skills were crap. And I wanted to be able to say, like, okay, this is what I want. I want to be the one to fund this. So Gatti was just like a better option at the time, but just admiring from afar for those who were able to get all those fancy dresses and the petticoats and have everything like 100%.
Mhm.
After so many years, I bought my first dress. This was, I think, 2022 or so, like a little bit after the pandemic. It was a metamorphose dress and like a burgundy because somebody was like quitting Lolita and it was at such a good price point. I snatched it up. I
Heck
was like, this is
yeah.
too cute.
I'm actually wearing Meta right now too. Yeah, we love Meta in this house.
But getting that first dress, and I was like, younger Lisha's happy.
Yay! We love appeasing to our childhood versions of ourselves.
Yes.
Yay! I
But I'm
love
like,
that.
I need I need more because my outfit is incomplete. I need the blouse, I need the petticoat. But then also like seeing other people say like you don't necessarily need those. Like those were like very strict standards and some people can get away with it. Like
Mhm.
if it's too hot or if you don't want a super poofy silhouette.
Yeah, like I will say, like, especially nowadays, it's really easy to get Lolitable items like from like vintage and like thrift stores. Like one of my favorite things to do, like just in general, I guess it's sort of related to Lolita, is like
Mm.
go thrifting like at vintage shops because like a lot of the older stuff definitely like has like that silhouette or like vibe. And sometimes people get lucky and find like cheap brand like items like at Goodwill. I've never had that luck, but there
Oh my
has been.
God.
Yeah, like I guess it's either like it was a Lolita that usually the stories is like the Lolita must have like put their stuff in like a bin and then like their mom or parent didn't know like what that was and brought it to like Goodwill and yeah, that's usually like what people think. Or maybe they wanted to get rid of it without dealing with like reselling it, but that's a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope for the latter.
Me too. Honestly, me too. But I think sometimes, parents don't know that these dresses
It's
are
like they
worth,
don't need this anymore.
yeah, they don't know that it's worth hundreds, hundreds of dollars. She's probably like easily like 1 grand plus in the bin with like three dresses, depending on where you get it. Because yeah, Lolita can be expensive, but there's definitely like ways to get it for cheap, like in like I mentioned, like vintage shopping. Um, so yeah. And a lot of times like they're made to also like made with great quality that stand the test of time. So, but that's just
Super important.
hmm.
I have been noticing that a lot of brands are going more the route of using polyester than cottons.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and
Some
not
people are not a
necessarily
fan.
cheaper,
Yeah,
because
some
still
people aren't a
like,
fan of that.
yeah, like, okay, you're still charging like cotton prices for
Yeah,
something that's plastic, more harmful for the environment and
yeah,
not breathable.
yeah. Some people like there's definitely a lot of Lolitas that obviously like prefer cotton. But there's people that also like don't care. Like me personally, I'm kind of one of the people that like I'll pay cotton or polyester. I don't I'm not like fluent with like materials and stuff, but like I understand that like I believe polyester it's easier for the print to stay vibrant for a longer time. Like I heard like that's like
True.
a pro of polyester. But also like cotton does last like longer too. But yeah, like I've heard like a lot of like arguments on both sides, and me personally, I'm just like, I'm fine with either.
Like from my community, like despite where like originally like gyaru is fast fashion,
Yeah,
like you're getting the cutest latest stuff like
yeah.
so like Shein works
Mm-hmm.
for that, but Shein also makes things at a higher rate as
Right.
well. So it's not like, okay, you're getting something with the intent to try to make that polyester item last for a while.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you want to have like a new outfit for like every new video. Then this works and you're using it with other things. You're just like accumulating a lot of stuff, like just for show,
Mm-hmm.
than putting it to use. So, um, some polyester items, like you said, like the print lasts a lot better than it like
Yeah.
bleeding through or just not being able
Right.
to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Or usually like with weaving materials, you can get like little patterns and stuff instead of like a print, right? Um, but if you're just like, okay, well, this dress only costs like $10, I can buy 20 of them because that's
Mm-hmm.
like nothing. And you're not wearing them and keeping up with them just to throw them away, like that becomes an issue.
Mm-hmm.
With the ghetto community, like a lot of people are like, oh no, like only thrift or, like buy better quality items, kind of forgetting or not knowing the history of why ghetto fashion was the way that it was. But it's not a bad thing to say, let's be a little bit more sustainable with
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people understand that a lot more Westerners have made Gadu a lot more sustainable than it originally was, or like an
Mm-hmm.
attempt to do so. So,
I was gonna ask because I am curious of like because I can see that side that gal is like a fast fashion. I've never thought of it that way. I guess because like it seems like some of the brands, like I think Dia, for example, it's like an older brand. Like a lot of their stuff, like you rarely see it on the reseller market. But now
mm,
that, for example, Dia is coming back, how do you feel like do you think gal brands would be able to be like sustainable, like environmentally like friendly? Like how do you feel about like especially like the resurgence of gal lately and like brands like coming up too?
that's a really good question. I can see Western, like there's a few that pop up here and there
Mhm.
that can be a little bit more sustainable, whereas in Japan, especially with like the history of 109,
Mhm.
that profit was priority.
Mhm.
Like, oh, okay, we can get more people in, for the next month, the next season, or however their releases were. If something new was like dropped.
Mhm.
Maybe they can do like more limited releases. Maybe they can do things where like, okay, they're using cotton material. Some items I have noticed aren't polyester, but
Mhm.
this was also from years ago, like finding items that were being resold that were still decent quality. So it's like, okay, I have a couple of shirts that are made out of like 100% cotton, and it's a thick cotton, not like
Right.
a thin, flimsy type of a
Yeah.
thing. It's like, okay, this is nice. Let me try to keep this, decent for as long as possible. Whereas some things, like, okay, I can see that this is polyester, but let me still try to get as many wares out of it as possible. They have to want to do things that are profitable. If it's too expensive and nobody can afford it, even though it can last a little bit longer, people have to have the money and the funds to
Right.
spend on those items.
Yeah.
If everybody's looking for the next trend, things are going to have to be made, be less quantity and more expensive.
Mhm.
So that could put people out of that loop who can't participate. When
Mhm.
things are inexpensive, even if it's quickly made, okay, a lot more people can get into it. but okay, the next trend is on. All right,
Mhm.
are they holding on to this item? Are they going to throw it away later? You know,
Mhm.
um, so it is tough. It is really tough. Um, and also, like, would the brand's longevity and popularity like even allow it to be resold? Like some things can.
Mhm.
Um, like Albarosa, like people still like sell and trade things.
Yeah.
Their jewelry, at least some of the stuff that I've gotten, some of it has been made out of like resin, some silver, the 925
Mhm.
type. So like it's gonna last. Like it'll tarnish, but just clean it off. Like it'll last. It's not something that's gonna like look terrible and you're going to have to throw it away because there's no fixing it. So there's gonna have to be a lot of capital for something, like does that owner have the money to do so and also get their profits back at the end of the day? Like it's a tough call.
I definitely like notice um like new brands like come up, especially in the West. Like there's like a couple of brands that like I have in mind. Like there's a new gal. I think they are gonna be launching like a Himekaji like line,
Oh,
Mariposa.
Senegal.
Yeah, Mariposa Rosa's brand. Yeah, that the name. And also there's Lilia and Grace that also does like Himekaji kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, they have been around for like a little while. I think like a year or two maybe. And like I've seen them at events and yeah, like I've definitely noticed like, oh yeah, these are made to last. Like, I mean, I can understand like people may think it's like expensive because in the past, like Gal is more accessible, but there's people that are making these brands to make it more sustainable. So in that case, how has Gal evolved since you've been in it and then like till now?
when I first started, there was a community online forum called ricochet.net that I saw in a book called Schoolgirl Inferno. You could be like, okay, take a little quiz. Are you Lolita? Are you an artsy person? Are you into this? Are you into that? And they had a link, or a link, if you will, for a community called Ricochet where you could get your critiques. You can talk about the fashion, you can talk about trending, whatever. And people came together in one sole spot, or like, okay, we could come here. Let's share your MySpace profile. Let's share your live journal, or like live journal communities.
Mm,
So you can have like your own personal profile page with your pictures, or pictures with you and your friends, and little sparkly little whatever on there. To okay, you're going to go to a community to talk to people, share pictures, get inspiration, share if you don't want something anymore, if you're looking for something, things like that. Where it was more community oriented, kind of even getting into having that accessible for Facebook when Facebook was, I guess, decent.
mm.
um, Still having groups where people could come together.
Mhm,
Now with TikTok and a lot of the groups kind of not being tapped into that much. Of course, like I do want to like peek into them and to see like how
mhm,
current and up to date everything is. Like, are people posting on the regular or not? Everything is a little bit more solo. Everybody has their own individual page. Everybody is gunning for that attention.
mhm,
Um, but nobody's really coming to, I mean, I guess there's a couple of Reddit groups, but it's like, where can people come to actually like talk on things beyond, does this look gyaru? Does my makeup look like this? Or like, I don't understand this thing. There's no like, you've already gotten it for the most part. Maybe, I think I've heard of seen like a couple of communities. I think Senegal has one, but I lost the link
mhm.
because I don't think I have access to their Reddit account anymore. So I'm like, well, this could have been fun. Oh well. Where people like already know what's up, then okay, well, this doesn't look up to par, like keep practicing, or people asking the same questions over and over and over again, which I feel like it's not progressing. um I do feel like a lot of people kind of get into it just to be contrary. Like, I don't want to do makeup. I don't want to do lashes or lenses or anything. I don't want to wear anything. It's like, why are you here? I don't understand, you know? Um, and of course people can be a lot meaner, but like if you see that this is what it looks like, even for like EGL, right? Like, okay, wear a petticoat, wear the dresses, wear the brand or indie brand or whatever. You're going to have a certain look to be a part of that subculture. Same for
Mhm.
punks, same for goths, etc. But there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. Can I do this if? It's just like the same questions over and over, the same not wanting to do the thing. And it's like, it's okay to like it and not be a part of it. But
Mhm.
if you want to be a part of it, then be a part of it.
Right.
Like a lot of that energy could be put forth to not going back and forth with people who are probably just trolling, I guess.
Mm.
You could be making events, doing something, trying to get brands over here again, working on fun content with each other. Then, wow, here's an influx of people who think they can just scribble on their face and they can be a part of something, or they don't even want to try, let alone those who may be bullying others. Um, I feel like that has been the big shift.
Mm.
Like it just seemed like a lot more people knew, like, okay, you want to be Mamba? Be Mamba. Who gives a crap with what people have to say? Okay, you want to be One, whatever. Like you're doing that and you're looking that part, or you're getting the advice and practicing.
I sometimes feel like the gal community is like, I don't want to say like isolated.
Disorganized.
Yeah. And so, I mean, obviously, as someone that wears like EGL, like, there's like pockets. Like, I can like, it's easy for me to find like Lolita communities in like every state essentially, or even like other countries. And so sometimes it seems like they're kind of like isolated. So I do wonder, like, how do gals meet?
Right. So, I will say that EGL trumps the number. I don't even want to like say that word now. They dominate
Mhm.
events. They
Mhm.
dominate events for like the solo events, like outside of an anime convention. They
Yeah, yeah.
dominate with the tea parties, the meetups, everything. Of course, like not to just put them like on this pedestal, because
Hmm.
they've had behind the bows, there's been
Right,
drama
right.
over there too, at least like back in the day.
Mhm.
Is going to happen. Get people together. There's going to be egos and things like that.
Mhm.
But um, Gyaru has been kind of like still like more or less the same timeline with Ichio. Um, just there have been meetups. I've helped host some, create some myself in my city. Years ago, I made like one event last winter, the Shibuya Winter Warmth, just to get like some people out and just do something. But America is vast. Then you have like people who are in Brazil or Canada, Europe, things like that. European gal meets tend to be a lot bigger. They tend to have like a better turnout. In the States, it's like, okay, you might be in a smaller town and you're the only one. Or okay, you're in a big city, but there's only a couple other people there.
Right.
Whereas I think even like the Chicago EGO scene, I think there's just like they have better turnouts, probably because of the standards that they have.
Mhm.
Um, and like I want better, because like being in the community for so long, hiatuses aside, to like focus on mental health, focus on other life aspects. It's like, why are we so behind?
Mm.
You know, even if it's like, okay, we have a couple of people to make like a little meetup or whatever, go out for karaoke or whatever. Um, how come it's not that often? Why does drama have to get in the way, or egos creating drama to get in the way?
So I have to know, Lisha,
Yes.
when is International Gyaru Day? I've heard two dates. I've heard June 25th and October 9th.
Okay.
October 9th
Um,
makes sense to me because 109.
right.
But why also June 25th?
That is a good question. Probably just like the lack of cohesion
Mm.
as well. There was also one that I created with somebody else, gosh, like a while ago, which I think was November as
So
well.
also November.
Yes. But also like it happened, I think, for 1 or 2 years.
Mhm.
I think that was more like International Mamba Day, so not necessarily like the
Oh,
whole style as it is. So yeah, there's three, but um, I also kind of like dropped the ball of like, yes, International Mamba Day all of the years, right? But I mean, like October 9th makes sense
yeah, I
because
agree.
like it's easy to remember, it's cute, it correlates to Marikyu. June 25th, I feel like that came later. Let me see if I can like pull up
Yeah, because someone commented on one of my videos saying, so when is International Decor Day? Because recently International
um
or when is International Gyaru Day? Because recently International Decor Day happened. And so they were curious of that. And I was like, that's a great question. I don't know, but I think
let's look at
celebrate
this.
on both days. Why not? International Lolita Day happens twice a year. Why not also for Gal? Yeah, because
Um,
it's the first Saturday of June and the first Saturday of December. So it's by two
okay.
dates. Yeah.
Okay.
And then International Decora Day is the third Saturday of July. It's either the third or the fourth.
Oh, so it just
Yes,
passed.
yes, it
Okay.
was the 26th, I believe. Yep,
Okay,
it
because
was. Yeah, so it
I
must be
saw
the last
somebody
Saturday.
post
Hmm.
about that. Like, oh, decor day. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
And
like,
like it
when
didn't
is
cross my
Gal
mind.
Day? But 10-9 makes the most sense to me.
Yes, yes. But
But I
hey,
do
like
like, I do
maybe I just
like,
have a lot.
right, right. Because I feel like having one for all of them makes the most sense. Because then we get confusions,
Right, like International Rock Your Day, International Hit Day Day,
which is,
Internet.
I think, is cool as long as it's an easy date.
Right?
But 625 for me just seems super random than 10
Yes.
9.
That one I feel like I see one post on the 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Um of course it's like the first couple ones that pop up.
Mm-hmm.
International. Okay, I see something on. Also, this was back from 2011.
Oh,
I need to see like who initiated that.
yeah. So for those watching, I think
Whoa.
I think us two at least are in agreement that 10-9 is Gal
Yes.
Day.
Yes. Let's keep it simple, guys. Let's keep it
For
simple.
those that don't know the context of 10-9, do you mind explaining why
Yes.
109 is so important?
So, the mall where a lot of gals went shopping and everything is Shibuya 109, or it's also called like Maru Q. So, like using 10 for 10 October 10, and then 9 the ninth. So, it makes sense.
Yeah, so 10-9. I'm going to make sure to post about International Gal Day in
Me too.
October.
Where's my calendar?
I'm
My
gonna, yup,
notes.
me too. I'm gonna put it in my calendar like this is Gal Day.
Yes.
So speaking of
The
Gal and the
most.
mall, do you have any favorite Gal brands?
Oh, my favorites. So I do
And Lolita
like,
brands too.
oh
Jfashion.
yes. Favorite gal brands would be I like older Daya,
Mm.
Alba Rosa, super iconic. I do like 13 Japan. Like they do use like the old imperial flag for some of their designs, but
Oh,
like
I
outside of that point, I do like some of their jackets and like two-piece sets that they have. Very cool, very like relaxed.
see.
Other brands, Glad News, they're defunct. Goes Infinity, of course. Very feminine, very pretty, very, very cute for EGL. I do like some of the older Metamorphose pieces. There's a couple of newer designs that I do like, but I like to stick with a solid colorway.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have like one dress with a print on it because I just feel like it's a little bit harder to coordinate. I guess like just wear a plain or like a solid color blouse, but I feel like a just the simpler colorways are just like a little bit easier for me. Alice and the Pirates is really cute.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get one. And I like Atelier
Atelier Imperial. Yeah. They
Pro.
were at the Great Lace.
Oh gosh. I have a button from them and I'm like, I need the clothes now. One day, one day.
Yes. Actually, the dress that I wore on Sunday at the Great Lace was at Atelier Imperial. It was one of their
Oh,
bustle dresses.
they're
They made
so
it
cute.
in the pink colorway because not either last year or the year before,
Mm.
the theme at Lafayette was pink. And so they came out with like the pink colorway of like the bustle dress. And I'm like, well, shit, now I have to.
Yoink.
I was
Need
like,
it.
yoink.
Oh, because like they have a lot of darker colors and they
Yes.
might have like a white dress or
Yes.
whatever.
So they don't make pink often.
Right. And I was like, this is so pretty.
Hmm.
Oh
There
gosh.
is one brand under that Altipiro does like sell because they sell like other like Jfashion or Japanese brands.
Right.
It's Velez Lis. I can't pronounce it. It's like
I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do make pink stuff. Um and Marble. They also sell Marble. They have also make a few pink stuff. I have like a headdress from Marble. I really
Ooh.
want to get one of the skirts from the VV brand. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, I want to get stuff from them too. So I hope next time if they're at an event, they have some of the stuff,
Like
and I'm like, yoink.
like Atelier Perot and some like Baby the Shine Star Shine Bright, like
Hmm.
more they're like more simplistic colorways, like oh God, coveted, coveted, like
Yes, yes.
dreams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now Piero,
Why
they make
economy?
plus
Why?
size too, so
That
which is
that
really
part, that
great.
part. E-Bunny is amazing. She
Yeah.
models her dresses and everything, and I did a blog post for when they were dropping some designs. I believe this was last year. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I can not write about this because this is amazing.
Right.
Having that inclusion, having a black model with that inclusion as well, then
Yeah,
just
and works with them often.
yes, yes,
Hmm.
just simply phenomenal. And I talk about this from time to time that when I was a shop staff for Gold's Infinity, that I wish gyaru brands had more inclusivity. Like I
Hmm.
understand, you know, Japanese people are going to be a smaller build, but it's not like there's no plus size Japanese people.
Right, right.
But to have a lot of those clothes, like, okay, it's a free size. Okay, that's going to be a t-shirt for somebody who's like a size medium, you
Hmm.
know. Um, Seeing people not like, oh, okay, here's a cute item on the rack, but I can't fit this. I can only get an accessory or a wallet. That's lame, you know? Um, and I just wish that that was a part of everything. Like even if
Hmm.
it's like a small batch, like at least be able to have somebody be able to fit it, especially if they
Yeah.
are trying to have a better foothold in the
Mhm.
Western market.
Do you feel like gal brands nowadays are trying, or do you feel like it's still kind of like the same?
More or less the same. I've been seeing that since Daya came back from their hiatus,
Hmm.
um, because they went under like what, a little bit before 2020,
Mm.
sometime around there. Their clothes don't seem to come in any other sizes, and their belts look like they are even a little bit smaller than before.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like, all right, I know you guys are like coming back. You all want to have the revenue, the profits first, and everything, but you have a fan base that has been posting and like getting your items from overseas, and like the belts used to be like $60. People buying belts for like 20, 30, 200, 300, $400.
Wow.
And it's like you can't just make like a bigger
That's just
size
a
for a couple of,
belt.
yeah, a belt that's not made out of leather. I know some people are going to be like, oh no, save the animals, but you're consuming a lot of leather, fake leather items that's going to deteriorate, which is just microplastics at the end of the day.
Right, right.
So if it was like a leather material, you'll get a lot more wear as long as you take care of it, moisturize
Mhm.
it, get a little
Yep.
good leather conditioner. It
Yep.
will last you a lot longer. And I could justify a belt being like 100 or selling for $100 with natural materials that are going to last longer. They do
Right.
use rabbit fur. I know some people
Mhm.
might be like, oh my God. But that, as long as you're keeping up with it, is going to last longer than
Mhm.
faux fur or faux leather.
Right. That's the same like issue, unfortunately, like in with like a lot of Lolita bags. Like they're made with the PU, like the fake, the pleather, vegan leather. At the end of the day, and AP, Angelic Pretty, is notorious for like their bags made out of pleather, and like it just deteriorates like not even like a year, like within months. Yeah. I have like one of my AP bags, and now mind you, I don't like, I take care of my bags because I make sure like they don't, deteriorate or whatever. But I've used that thing maybe like a few handful of times, and the peeling on like the handle is atrocious. So for years I have not bought any like pleather material like bags. So that's also like an issue. And shoes too. It's not just bags, it's shoes too. Like you'll see pleating or pleather. Like I remember I bought some years ago, but also there's different like uh qualities of like the pleather too, I've realized, because I've
Ooh,
gotten some shoes from Dear My Love like whew, years ago, and they only recently started peeling, and I got
okay.
this like at least like more than 5 years ago. So it's unfortunately an issue with like
It really
just fashion
is.
overall. The PU, I hate it.
Yeah. Because you
I
want to
hate
get
it.
your money's worth too,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh,
So you've mentioned a little bit about Gal Secrets. Can
yes.
you tell us what that is? How did it start? What role did you play in it?
All right. So with Gyaru Secrets, I'm sure the EGL community is familiar with Behind the Bows. So it's the Gyaru version of that, where um, there was also another site before that as well on LiveJournal called Gyaru Fs, the four-letter word with the S on the end,
Mhm.
where people's outfits were like ripped apart by other people who couldn't give you that critique in a message or a DM. So it's like, okay, let's humiliate you because how dare you try? How dare you attempt to do something or at least like put that effort in? I was actually posted on there with an outfit that I had at ASIN back, gosh, was it 2009, 2010 or so? I'm wearing like a camo hoodie because it was a little chilly, white mamba hair and everything. I believe a skirt that I knitted, some purple leggings, and like whatever. And somebody was like, "Oh, I hate this outfit. How dare you wear camo?" Then also years later, Black Diamond's Harutamu has like white hair with like pink in it, and I'm like, this looks really
That's
familiar
crazy because camo,
with
I
a
feel like it's
camo
used a lot in Gal. Like,
hoodie.
what?
Yes, yes. Like it was almost like a doppelganger. Like her hair was a lot more polished than my little mambo way
Mhm.
back in the day, but everybody was like, "Oh, this outfit is so cute." And I'm like, this is like the same colorway and more or less like hair color that I had that I was posted on years ago, but okay, sure. But that site was taken down eventually.
Mhm.
to, okay, here's gyaru secrets, where the intention, at least what I felt was before, oh, I'm gyaru, but I don't like para para. Oh, I'm gyaru, but I don't like this brand or something, like your personal feelings, then, okay, I don't like so and so. Then it started to switch to be like, okay, I don't like this person's whatever, to should we allow this, should we not, and kind of flip flopping between that. Since I was in Diamond Garu, saw one of the rules besides like being Garu and like having your fashion and everything be a part of like your entry to like keep you there and like making the events and such, because it was an event Garu circle than just like hanging out. So more business minded. But one of the rules was like not to participate in drama, not to be dilly dallying and gather secrets and stuff because of the standards that it had. I will admit, I would like stick up for people that I saw were like being posted. I'm like, this is crappy. I was posted there as well when I did a mashup of cyber goth and Manba, and somebody's like, "You're decent at Manba, but like, how dare you mash these two styles together? Don't do this because you'll confuse other people." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "All right, whatever." But that site eventually just started to become really negative, talking about people, ripping people apart, um just a lot of negativity. And like nobody's perfect, but like nobody also needs that type of like humiliation as well, especially if you can't pull that person aside and talk with them, or if you have a conflict with somebody, pull that person aside and talk about what's going on, not to like demonize that other person, but to come with a resolution to be like, I thought this happened, blah 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 blah. um then even after that, there's lolcow, more or less the same thing, if not like on steroids, where people are
Yeah.
just like ripping other people apart. um but Garu secrets, like it should have been like, oh, I'm Garu and I don't like XY brand, I don't like Alberosa codes, or I secretly love this VK band member and like nobody will ever find out, like something a little bit more lighthearted and personal than, oh, I don't like this person because some egotistical reason or whatever, or some one-sided beef, which is sad in like having that type of negativity in the community. Too, okay, Ghetto Secrets is no longer active anymore. People try to do Tumblr groups, things like that. Live Journal banned anonymous posting or whatever, probably due to like the
Oh,
doxing
right.
and like other crazy
Yeah.
stuff that can happen.
Yeah.
Um, to uh, people having gotten together to like, it's not anonymous at all. Like you see that person's profile picture and their name or their handle, and they're talking crap about other people. And I was posted in there as well. Somebody leaked screenshots. And it's demoralizing. Like, I could be a sensitive person. I can be like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But knowing that if this is a highlight of the community, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, why do I want to be a part of this? Or why not just be solo? Because apparently you guys are saying that you guys are besties with so and so, or this person kikiing and smiling and the selfies with each other, but yet you are being exposed of slander,
Yeah.
hater,
Yeah.
and thinking that that person has to be okay with it. Like, who wants to be a part of any of that? Which just detracts from a lot of the efforts of the community
Mhm.
of growing everything. So,
Mhm. Yeah, unfortunately, Lolita has had issues with stuff like that, people doxing and really mean. And I'm not gonna ignore, like, unfortunately that does exist to some extent even now. But a lot of the community, especially like local communities and such, they don't tolerate it. And I'm glad. But there's still a lot of work to be done in like J fashion in general in terms of like the really mean behavior. So you did mention the gyaru circle that you were in. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? How did you get into it? And who are they?
So, gosh, this was like what, 2010 or so? Um, but when I first started, I saw on this forum like there were gyaru circles before the one that I was actually vouched for to get into to get that membership in. I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting the style, like, okay, I guess. But let me like apply. I applied to one of the original Chicago Ghetto circles, Kamikaze Gals. I didn't get in. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. Keep pushing, asking around, like, okay, do I want to be like one only in my state or like generally in the Midwest? And just putting that out there. And like, okay, well, even if I don't get accepted, I'm gonna still do me, still keep like wearing my makeup to school and everything. Um, to eventually some other circles kind of like dissolved, and some of those people, more or less my senpais, my mentors, to eventual Gato circle leaders, created a new group. So there were like Kalulu Lovelies, and a couple of other ghetto circles that I had applied for. And once they disbanded, they created Diamond Gals, some of those girls, and also Bulaklak Tribe as well. I had one girl um, vouch for me to be in that circle because they saw how dedicated I was. I was doing the makeup. I'm out of the house, out of my bathroom, out of my bedroom, going to school, showing my progression, taking the critiques, growing, and just being like so passionate. So they were probably just like, we need. And I freaked out. I believe I had like a little mini interview and they were on par. So none of that, like, oh, um, do I have to wear lashes? Do I have to wear lenses? Do I really have to do this? Like they were glamorous people, more or less like dressing up. Like I want to say probably every day. It wasn't just a costume for them, right?
Mhm,
And of course, like it's the maintenance of everything, the hair, the nails, the makeup, which
mhm,
can be overwhelming for some people, but
mhm,
and that's a part of your lifestyle. You just get acclimated to it. And maybe a little different than EGL. Like some
mhm.
people might only do it for an event because they just can't do all the layers every day, or that it's
Right.
just so extreme that they just can't, which is understandable. But
Mhm.
for a lot of these people, like, of course, I don't know all of their like 24 hours of what they're doing, but
Yeah.
this was a lifestyle than just, oh,
Mhm.
it's Halloween. Oh, it's like
Right.
one event. Oh, it's an
Like,
anime
oh, it's
convention.
just a tea party or yeah.
Right. Like you're only doing it there. Like this was their life.
Yeah.
And it was intimidating. Like I was Manba Banba. They were more like Onegaru, but glamorous. Like just the big hair, the curls, the eyelashes, the nails, just like super sparkly. Um, Kind of like the over the top versions of like Onegaru or like their own sub styles. And I'm just like, holy crap, like I have to step my game up. Like I hyperventilated
Oh, wow. Wow.
because like this stuff was serious,
Mhm.
like maybe a lot of newbies would be like, oh my gosh, like you guys, nobody can do this every day, but like they did.
Yeah.
Like, of course,
Wow.
like maybe you might have a day where you're just putting on your shades and you don't have like your makeup on or whatever, but like, okay, you're still dyeing your hair often, or like you have just cute lounge clothes. Like the bar was high and I wanted to make sure that I was hopefully doing my best to meet that standard. Um, so my style like evolved, like wearing more jewelry, having like a kind of glam rockish look or whatever, try to get my hair big and
Mhm.
work on my styling and stuff. And beyond the styling, also do the meetups and troubleshooting of like, okay, we don't have a lot of Gadu activity here in Chicago. How can
Mhm.
we make that so? Which LA, one of the girls who got into Diamond Gadu Circle, who was in Kamikaze Girls, she actually met with me, saw my potential, and probably helped vouch for me too, because she saw how dedicated I was. We ended up creating Black Cherry Gadu Circle, a Nagosa, or a friendship group to help get people like ease them in, help them with their style, and also like have that activity so we can have that group to get people acclimated to us. Like, yeah, we're in this like really big grand circle. We're not elitist, like we will be nice to you.
Mhm.
Um, but have Black Cherry to help get people to the diamond events, right? So it's like, okay, we're Diamond Outer Circle, but if people are scared of us because like we take this seriously, like if you're a newbie, you're like, holy crap, these people are like way up here, they'll never accept me. That's not gonna help with the events at the end of the day, whether
Mhm.
it's selling tickets or have you, right?
Mhm.
So Black Cherry was like that solution to get people to warm up to us and
Wow.
then come up to these events. So
So was there like uh events that people like the Black Cherry Circle would go to so that they can sort of be introduced to Diamond, or how does it work exactly?
right. So we had smaller meetups for Black Cherry,
Mhm.
just kicking it, playing video games, meeting new applicants and such.
It kind
Like,
of sounds
okay,
like a sorority.
yeah, a little bit. Just like get people to know that there's like community in Chicago led by Diamond Gadu
Mhm.
members. Like we're
Yeah.
not just people who aren't doing Gadu saying that we're in a Gadu circle, right? Which sometimes it happens. But trying to get those numbers up to, okay, here's an event made by me and to like three other Diamond Gadu Circle people,
Mhm.
Black Cherry members. We have this bigger group or bigger event, if you will.
Mhm.
Let's, like you guys can come out or whatever and like doing all the promotions and such. So we have like the smaller events to like help people under the guidance of Diamond Gadu members, myself, Paradise Scout LA, that has no relation to the Paradise Gadu group that came later.
Mhm.
Another seasoned veteran Gadu who was more or less my senpai in the first generation, or like the leaders, if you will, of Diamond.
Mhm.
So having those names backing those events, just to be like, okay, we're doing this, but also like, what can we do to make this bigger, to be on par with what is going on in California, because they have a lot more resources, they have a lot more people and
Yeah.
network and Jfashion practitioners,
Yeah.
because they've had TV spots, they've had um, brands or whatever coming up. But like the California events, like their flyers are beautiful. They have like the fashion shows, and I'm like, Chicago's a big city too. We can do this. Let's try to do this. Let's work our way up and not just blow a lot of money. Like, okay, we've spent money on decorations and we spent money on the venue, but we're the only ones showing up. We don't want to do that. How do we get to that point, right?
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Black Cherry dissolved of um, irresolvable differences. Diamond eventually dissolved. And we're just like, well, what now? What now? But being a part of that group and accepted after a lot of those rejections, it was just like, holy crap, but I got to step my game up. Like, of course, like it's fun. It's great to know that people are validating you, but
Mhm.
also knowing like it's, there's a business aspect too. There's the promotion, there's the creative direction for the flyers, there's the sitting down together with other people to make the itinerary,
Mhm.
doing the promotions, networking with people, getting people to come out and everything, and making sure
Mhm.
that, all right, hi guys, we're meeting at Millennium Park. Are you on your way? Oh, you're at whatever. Okay, I'm gonna zip down to the gray line or the whatever metro thing to meet with people and bring them back to a destination and such. Like it was a lot that went with that, making the reservations and coming up with what could be fun and also economically feasible for people coming in from out of town, and helping with the those arrangements as well. Like it was
Mhm.
a lot that went into all of that than just, wow, we look hot and we're just taking lots of cute selfies and stuff. Like it was more than just where we were with our style. Like that was a big component because that's how we are gal
Hmm.
or part of any type of J fashion, right? But the event creation, promotion aspect was also a part of all of that, which maybe some people didn't understand that. Like, oh, okay, I want to be a part of this because I just want that clout. I just want that name. But what are you bringing to the table? How are you going to make events that are going to rival what's happening in California with what they've been doing for a while already? So
Right.
um, that was a really nice stand. I would have loved if that continued on and tried to make with other people a Midwest event circle. Only had like a couple events and then that dissolved as well. Stuff going on with that also, but wanting something big for the gyaru fashion community here in America.
So, wow, that was a lot. So it really does sound like gal circles are kind of like a sorority. So I know a few gal circles. I feel like there have been a few like popping up. So how does one like start a gal circle? And I guess for the audience that may not be familiar with those are, can you also explain what is a gal circle?
Yes. So a gal circle is a group of gals. Ta-da!
That's it.
You can say like gal circle, sa, for shortened that circle part, or
Mhm.
like sakuru,
Mm.
where you can have two types. One that's more like friendship based, where you're just kicking it with your friends. You might have like a title, which is super cute. You have like a banner for that as well for an event circle like Diamond. Lock was considered an event circle, and Gal Luxie, an event circle project that I started with a couple of other gals in the Midwest. Um, Dissolved also. Um, of course, your Gadu, a little bit more seasoned, but there's the business aspect of creating those events. So it's an event circle. A famous one that you all might know of is Angelique. They had dozens of members having their events, having like par meetups and stuff like that. So, of course, you're going to be hanging out with these people, but also creating events as well. You're going to be finding venues, finding all of the things to make that event happen. Um, Maybe if you're really good in business savvy, actually like making profits, then just, okay, you're hosting at your home or at a restaurant type of a thing, depending on your uh, business coordination skills, your business acumen, and marketing as well. So you're going to have like your friendship group and a group where it's a little bit more business minded because you have the goal of creating events for people to come to. So,
Interesting. Because I feel like that concept is very different than
mm,
how the Lita communities like make events. Like it sounds like there's overlap. Like it's definitely like community aspect for community engagement. I remember a panel I went to at Katsucon last year,
mm.
and the gal circle that's like based there, I forget what their name is. But they're based in the DMV area and they did like several like panels and they're like a circle too.
See, I'm really bad with like
No worries.
places.
I'll send you
Is it okay?
see if I
Let's
can
see.
find their name. I don't remember, but they are based in like DC, the DMV area. Let me see if I can find them real quick.
I know that there was one group that they were having panels and such.
I think they're called 109 Degree Gyaru.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. There's a couple
Yeah.
gals that I talked to from that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly love their panels. Like they like are a group that always go to like conventions. Like they're always at Katsucon doing like several panels. Like I think the one year I went,
Oh,
they had like
nice.
3 or 4 panels there. Like they had like a basic like 101 and then like they had like a couple 18 plus panels.
Okay.
So those were like really fun. I think the 118 plus panel was like a dating one. So like to try to like
Oh,
date a gal. It was really funny, honestly. And then I do remember one of their panels, they like went into like more of the history. And I remember that because you like mentioned it too about like the lifestyle aspect and like gal culture did come from partying and like stuff like that. So I do think that's interesting and it's very different than like Lolita in that aspect. So I guess for folks that may not be familiar with Gal history, could you just give us like a short rundown of it, like of kind of like where did it stem from, more so?
Yes. So it stems from like Yankee culture, like people who are like bleaching their hair and kind of being like little devious hooligans and everything, as well as which I learned recently, bodycon, like girls who just went clubbing and stuff. So over time, it kind of went away from just like little petty crimes. So like, okay, let's just like bleach our hair tan. We're kind of like on the fringes of society, but we want to look cute and trendy. Bodycon, I believe that was the 70s. So it's like evolving, right? Like party girls, girls that want to have fun and not just, okay, let's just be meek and mild, to the 90s, where schoolgirls were tanning. So you all might know them as like the co-gals with their school uniform. Co-gal literally means like high school gyaru, so like a younger girl. So like you're in high school. Some people are like, "Oh, I'm co-gal," but it's like you're 30. You
Okay,
can
so then the
cosplay.
gals that you see in like anime that are gals, they would be usually co-gals then.
Yes, if
Okay.
they're in school and if they're wearing that uniform. Some of them might
Okay.
be kind of outside of that range too, but
Mm,
if they're wearing a uniform, they're most likely like in school.
okay.
Um, so then you have those girls who are like, oh, good, cute brand goods, tamp, wear their makeup, dye their hair. Um, there are some of the negative aspects of like older guys, like hey, 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 young girls, which kind of gets kind of a little
Oof.
creepy.
Yeah.
But these girls are like, okay, well, whatever. Like these men are stupid enough to do this. Like, I guess make the most of it, which I don't condone because there's a lot of issues with that. To a lot of Japanese society demonizing those girls instead of demonizing the men who are like roping them into shady stuff. Where there were lots of, or there were some initiatives of trying to get them to straighten up their act, instead of like, okay, here's a better route to do something, like get a good job than non kosher behaviors. To at least time is passing, people are a little bit older now, they still want to be cute, they still want to tan, they're kind of out of that high school range, and also going from mild tans to how can they overdo it for like attention and like shock factor. So then you start to get the gungudos
Mm.
with the bright makeup and the starting to bleach the hair and everything, to it's evolving in even more mambas and bambas. Let's take it up a notch. You're having colorful hair, colorful extensions, brighter clothes, uh, crazier nails, using lenses and more eyelashes and stuff. So even like the makeup has been evolving as well, from just, okay, you're using a little bit of mascara, some like white eyeshadow, to, okay, you're using contact lenses. Now your contact lenses are enlarging lenses, these circle lenses and such. You're going from some maybe thinner eyelashes to now your eyelashes are a lot more spiky, your dime lashes, your dolly winks and everything. So it's been a lot of evolution um, of the style and the makeup, but it still kind of holds those aspects of some people tan, some people don't, to, okay, you're still styling your hair and you're still doing like more or less a no stripe, whether it's a little bit more subtle for like onegaru, hemegaru, stuff like that, to, okay, it's really flamboyant for more like a manba banba kuro gal. Lot of different sub styles, so it's not just a preppy type of a look. You can be cool and edgy. You can be a biker garu. You can be hime garu. You can be hime kaji. You could be a hime garu that wears like cute Lolita stuff because it works, because some of those dresses have like the princess vibes. You can be, which is kind of not really popular unless you're black because it gets a lot of pushback, like a b garu, like kind of like a hip hop type of a thing. Um, and just like there's some people who do more like retro Garu styles and such, at least more in the West, but there are some who will still wear the Alberosa because it's so iconic, even though Alberosa didn't like Garu and shut down their stores because of them.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So they
It's
hated
so
what they
petty.
became.
Yeah, so like with branding, right? You have this like almost like a luxurious surfer brand, if you will, for at least for the times. And you have people who are like squatting on the streets, partying, just kind of being bummy or trash compared to like what the original audience is.
Oh wow.
So instead of I don't know, working with them or campaigning against them or whatever, they're just like, yeah, no more.
Oh wow. I mean, that's one way to shut it down, I guess. That's effective.
Right? Like no more. But the thing is, like, if it wasn't for those gyaru saying like this stuff is like hella cute, like the hibiscus, like this is perfect for the beach, I feel like we wouldn't really know about it.
Mm.
You know, like people wear Alberosa here in the States, like it's so iconic. Or like if it wasn't for them, like
Wouldn't
I don't think we
exist.
would really like I don't think the resale value would be where it is. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because like the coats, like the iconic like hibiscus, like patch coat or whatever, if you will. They used to be like 150, $200, like
I
back
think
in
I
the
might
early
have seen like a
2000s.
listing of that. Like, yeah. Like I remember in
Now
the
they go from like 500 to 1,000 now.
yeah, I remember in the one of the gal panners by the 109 degrees
Oh,
group, like they like had screenshots of like some of the listings of like some of those coats. And I'm just like, I thought Lolita was kind of crazy, but like, Jesus Christ,
yes.
crazy.
Yes. So like if somebody has an Alberosa coat, either they got it from somebody else, like maybe they got a really good deal, or they're spending money on
Yeah.
that stuff. Like,
Yeah. And I'm like, wow. Wow. So you mentioned about the founding gyaru circles. What were some of the biggest challenges of that? What are some things that you may have like learned from those experiences?
yes. So being in a ghetto circle, and like helping, like spearheading the Midwest side, the Chicago side, along with two other people. One wasn't in Chicago, one was. So definitely like working with her like a lot closely. That you're put in a leadership role. So not only it's like, okay, Lisha's been Gowdy for a while, she's doing the style, she's leaving the house in the style, she's doing the damn thing. So people are gonna be like, wow, this is inspirational, right? To okay, that's nice and fine. But now it's coordinating with other people, putting my foot down for for and with the standards for that circle and for myself as well. Um, Getting people together, knowing that there's also conflict happening, personal conflict, and also like, okay, well, we're not really active for the Black Cherry side, guys. And I'm also like, how do I want to say this message? I don't want to be like, you guys are lazy. How come you did it? Like, I don't want to come off that way. I'm not that way. But like, okay, we have this dilemma. We're not active. We don't want to be an online circle. We don't want to be okay, we're not doing anything, right? We want to keep our word and keep that standard. So, like, hey guys, you know, like, here's a message to the group, not singling anybody out, but like, hey, I've just noticed that, you know, we're not active right now. Like, let's start to like do some meets and stuff. Getting pushback when I'm not cursing anybody out, I'm not coming off super angry. I'm just seeing something that's contradicting like our message, you know, and knowing that that is just part of that, like being in that leadership role, that people aren't always going to love you, that there's going to be people who are going to hate you because um, you're rising up. But then at the end of the day, like there are the business aspects. There's a professionalism than just, oh, she thinks she's pretty or popular than somebody else. That working through people's egos and other personalities and such, working through personal things that are being tied with that professionalism. Like, do I put my personal feelings aside, even if it's hurting me? And like, okay, well, let me still be professional because this, like, yes, it's important, but it's like, okay, well, the most important thing for me at those times is like the events, the goals of that group, than just some little like feelings that hopefully will pass. Um, those were some aspects that I do give myself like a little pat on the back of like, okay, let me sit down and talk with somebody about something, whether they're like scared out of their mind or whatever, due to, what was going on. But doing my best to use the minimal bit of like conflict resolution, at least like let me sit down and talk to somebody about something, to work towards something a lot bigger than myself. That stuff is hard because you don't know where that's going to go.
Right.
Two, um, people's egos and everything, instead of like, okay, I feel this way, like I feel like you might not like me, I feel that I'm not good enough, and then like we can talk about that. But if you're like, okay, I hold those feelings but you don't want to verbalize that, and your way to work through that, or somebody's way, because I don't want to say like you in particular, if
Mhm.
somebody's way to work through those negative feelings that they feel, jealousy, envy, feeling inadequate, that if you turn to gossip, if you turn to any other like negative um, things, that doesn't help at the end of the day. Like you might feel good in the moment, but then there's also those repercussions later on.
Mhm.
Um, that working through all of that also, it's not just a one on one, it's one and somebody else and all the people that they're trying to rope into something, or maybe somebody that's not even in the community using other people to do their work for them instead of having those hard conversations. Those were some things that I wasn't expecting. Like I wasn't expecting like everything to be 100% perfect, rainbows, daisies, Daya, now
Mhm.
Rosa, hibiscus flowers, but um, it really put a lot of everything that I knew and what I didn't know to the test. Like it pushed me in ways that I would have never thought it would, you know, um, doing my best to like learn better ways of like communicating, more ways of like would like I've had like some manager trainings and such and read books
Yeah, I mean,
to
personal
try to
development.
salvage relationships.
Yeah, personal
Um,
development is important. Like, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, we're wearing cool clothes, but like, we are also people.
yes, there's people who have images with their self or what have you, that could be detrimental. So that's playing a factor of how they're interacting with other people,
Yeah.
and it is a lot, than just we like cute kawaii stuff. People
Right.
want that validation. People are needing that validation because maybe they didn't get that from their parents or from their classmates and stuff. So it's a lot. It's a lot of layers when if you're not thinking about all of that all the time, which is also exhausting. You come into an arena or a place where it almost becomes an arena because people want to try to outdo each other than just own personal elevation,
Hmm.
on personal progress, because they want to be better than, like, everything becomes competition then collaboration, and things get crazy, things get negative, things can get really nasty at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, like at the end, like J fashion and you've mentioned a little bit like mental health. There's a lot of overlap. Like a lot of people may dress in whatever J fashion style to cope with issues that they've experienced, such as like bullying,
Right.
disorders like disordered eating, eating disorders as well. And how prevalent would you say, or if it has been, like those sorts of issues, like in Gal? Like I can only imagine, like specifically with like disordered eating, and like Gal, because yeah, like you said, like a lot of like the Japanese brands, they don't try to cater to anyone with like a bit of like fat, like even if it's like healthy fat or whatever. Like, have
And also,
you?
like, sorry to cut you off, but like
No, you're
not only
fine.
that, but like
Hmm.
I am going to be taller
Right.
and
Right.
a little bit more voluptuous in some
Right.
areas
Right.
compared to somebody who is going to be a little bit like has a different bone structure, different body type, a little bit
Yeah.
shorter.
Right.
So even if I'm like, I don't want to put it out there in a negative way, whether I gain weight or lose weight, I'm still not going to be like Japanese thin to
Right.
fit things that that specific item to fit that specific person is going to fit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's going to be people who are naturally thin, but when you have stuff that's just not going to work for people at all, people are going to feel left out. To like, are some of those aspects exasperating? Oh gosh, my words, making things worse for
Yeah.
people who already have those issues or already have those image issues for themselves.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot that comes to it. They're just like, oh no, we can't find things that fit. It could just make other problems a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I know um with like Lolita, for example,
Mm.
like Angelic Pretty. They're a very iconic Lolita brand. However, they have never made a specifically like plus size dress. Um, and people are even arguing that they're making like the sizes like smaller nowadays. Yeah, like with certain like
Oh.
not always, but there some people have noticed that some of the dresses, their measurements, it just seems smaller than like older AP, like 2010s AP. Because there's so
Mm.
I do have like a bit of a chest, so I can still fit into like standard size, like AP, like older AP. But some of the newer like cuts, like I have no way I'm gonna fit into that. Like technically it's my measurements, but to account for like especially like women or like femme passing people that have boobs. Like there's no way you fit in that. And like I can't even imagine with like gal where it's like, there's styles where you are showing off more skin and it's less clothing. And there's like an expectation to like look good in it. So I can only imagine like people may develop disordered eating or eating disorders from that. And that's scary. That's super
It definitely
scary.
is. It
Yeah.
definitely is.
Mhm.
Or like knowing that if you already have one,
Right, right.
that okay, you're reading through these magazines, yes, like wow, everybody's having fun, everybody da
Yeah.
da, and then you get to usually it's at the end of the magazine, so after they do like their specials, people submit pictures, latest stuff in 109. Here's like different ways to cord or like funny little recipes and stuff. There's usually a section, like a couple of pages of here are diet pills. Here
Wow.
is, a girl who's a little thick, a little chubby. Like we won't really think of any of that like
In
over
a
here. I mean, like
magazine.
outside of like high fashion. But they're like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm so mopey. But now that they're thinner, they're glamorous. They're in a bikini now. They're super happy. Life is better for them. And like if you're looking at that, you're just reiterating,
Hmm.
okay, if I look this way, I am not going to be happy. This person's happy because they are thin. And they also kind of do like a weird Photoshop too. Like I wish I had a mag on me at the ready because like the way that they're shot as well, it makes them look even longer and thinner.
Wow.
Where it's like now you're manipulating, and some of it is like that is totally Photoshop. Like it looks like obvious Photoshop. Where if somebody's like, okay, this is an ideal body size, it's photoshopped at that. So now you're reiterating to yourself this imagery, like this ideal that's also going to end up harming you even more. So
Yeah.
um my content had started to shift from like, okay, here's me like ranting about loving gals so much or whatever silliness going on at
Hmm.
college to all of this stuff around me, like try not to internalize other people's drama that's targeting me. So just like, okay, this person feels this way about this thing. This is like, these are some issues. Like, there's a lot going on, and it's not like I'm without feeling anything in, like I don't have like the black booty or whatever to, okay, I'm not super, super thin. Yes, I get a little chubby. I'm not super toned or whatever. Like I have had my issues, and I can see that somebody who could be bigger than me could be feeling even worse from people around them or from society
Right.
too. And just knowing that, like, yeah, I want to have fun. I want to have the events. I want to have the karaoke parties and all the fun stuff. But there's also other things going on that is causing issues for people, which in turn causes issues in other interpersonal relationships as well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. Like I
Yeah.
wish that it was just happy, fun, cute, kawaii stuff, cute, cool stuff, even
Yeah.
though that's like super superficial,
Mm-hmm.
consumerist. But then you just have like all this pain people are carrying around and possibly not dealing with in a way that gives them the relationships that they are probably actually wanting with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, there's menhera, like that J fashion style. It's more to highlight people who may have some sort of like
yes.
mental issues or mental disorder or something. And they use it to in within their fashion. Like I remember there was an event here in Brooklyn, New York, where it was like a Harajuku market. And I was there as press, so I did like street snaps and stuff. And there was a person that did like a combo of like Menhera and kind of like Visual K. And
Okay.
they use like their like own medicine like bottles, like the prescription bottles and like some syringes and stuff that they've personally used. And it's like that's crazy, but like it honestly looked so good. So, and this also
Holy
reminds me of
crap.
like even like how nowadays, like K, right? That's
Yes.
also like another like J fashion style where it's cutesy, but then there's kind of like a dark undertone to it. Like it's supposed to like also like indicate like their other name is like landmine girls because if you step on them, they explode because they're supposedly crazy. So it's like, J fashion is like a way for people to like cope and kind of express like
Yes.
perhaps some of their mental disorders or something. And like even like nowadays, like on a regular basis, like you'll see ads for like Ozempic.
People who
Right.
are getting into ghetto younger and younger,
Yes.
who are seeing this, and even if they aren't getting into any alternative fashions whatsoever, even like Western alternative, like all the punk, whatever,
Mhm.
you're still seeing all of that. Yeah,
It's it's it's
it's a
tough.
lot. It's
It's
a
a
lot.
lot. It's tough. And like being like as a black woman too, like we have so much just layers. Like, we gotta like if you're not like big butt, big boobs, like Kim Kardashian or whatever, then you're not a woman. Right. And it's just like and then we just get called like monkeys, gorillas, men, because if we're
Yep.
like a slight deviation from whatever the femme fatale like body type, then we're not women. So, and it's just
And
like,
even then, even if you're like super feminine, you hit all those markers, there's still going to be somebody who's going to be like,
yep,
I don't like you because you're dark. I don't
right.
like you because of you think you're hot or whatever. You must think that
Right.
you're better than somebody else. Like there is no winning. Like
Yeah.
there's no winning as a woman or a female body person in this society as is
Yeah.
because of all the constant changing what is accepted by mainstream to, any alternative
Mhm.
groups as well, to it just gets worse, more worse the darker that you get. And
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
there's just like no winning.
There isn't. And, like you can be like Serena Williams and get called like a monkey and blah, blah, blah. But then at the same coin, you're like on a pedestal. And it's like, which is it? What do you want? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Where you like, this used to be said years ago, like when I first started, um, kind of like in journal that like you're gonna need like a thick skin. I don't
hmm
know if this was like concerning drama or just like people are going to be like, oh, you're dressing differently, especially if you're going for the more
hmm
over the top styles like mamba and such,
right.
that you're gonna have need to have a thick skin because people you're going to draw attention.
Yeah.
And then you're also going to draw attention because you're black and doing something alternative that is really flamboyant at
Mhm.
that. Um, It's a lot.
It
It
is.
is
It
a lot.
is. And
Yeah.
honestly, I fear for our young girls, like especially in this era right now. Like I hope it gets better and I hope the J fashion community gets better. I mean, I've seen improvements even like the 10 years like I've been in it and you probably have seen some differences too in your like 2 decades almost. So I think I'm hopeful. Yes, we were just talking about how Daya belts may not be the most friendly around the waist, and we were just admiring this one creator, Lady Lavender, and how they made their
Yes.
own Daya belt. It's like so crazy. I'm like, wow. And like they make I think they do commissions for that too, actually.
So I think
Hmm.
so.
Hmm.
Which like she needs to be hired.
Yes. And she's a rapper too. She makes her own music.
Oh, I've heard one of her songs. I need to check out some of her other bits.
Yeah, yeah, she's great. I honestly love the creativity like gals do. Because like a lot of the stuff that are like iconic or whatever, either no more circulation or no one's ever gonna sell it, or if they do pop up, it's gonna be like $1 bajillion.
Right? Like I'm not Jeff Bezos.
Right. So speaking of Daya, how do you feel about some of the older gal brands coming back?
So I love it. It's like a gyaru renaissance. Um, Daya, I will say like the belts look good. They do have like some cute like basics for their line. Some of their more like Daya-esque clothes, like the graphics and everything. Some of the designs, I almost feel like it's Sheinified.
Mm,
Like it doesn't pack the punch that it used to. Of course, it's just been like a couple of tops where I'm like, like it's okay. Just because like from the Heisei era or at least like the millennial, like early 2000s, graphic tees, like there was a lot going on. There was like a lot of designs, a lot of line work, the gems and stuff. So like there was a lot of like visual, I don't know, stimulation or whatever you want to call it, going in on that t-shirt. The one print is like a cross, like it's so simple. It's almost like I don't want to just like diss the brand, but it's almost like simple Microsoft clip art compared to like, wow, this is cool, like whoa. Um, but of course they can just always, at least later on, like modify their graphics and stuff. They have like some good like cute flowy tops, but I want those graphic tees to like pack a punch like they did before. Um so there's that with Mars. They have like a super oversized hoodie,
mm,
which doesn't really scream like they're like what I feel their old Mars hoodies used to be. But like I can see it fitting Western people a lot better.
mm,
You can always get it tailored. Of course, there's a cost like that we were mentioning for altering clothes to fit.
mhm.
Kind of probably like get it taken down just like a little bit so it's as a more like slight streamlined silhouette than like just baggy, comfy. They're using their like old like perfume prints and like a marble heart print, and there's another print that they used for the hoodies. Um, I'm just wondering like what they're going to look like in maybe another year or two, because they used to be a gyaru brand, and then they switched to G-K around
Mhm.
2015, 2016 after they got like an online shop so Westerners could buy from them. The Lilim Park, which was like promoted at Anime Expo when a lot of those gal brands came to Anime Expo, like Gold's Infinity, Mars, Glaville, Tutuha, Swan Kiss. Who else came through? Ghost of Harlem, Glaville, Mars. I feel like there was like another one too. Oh, Liz Lisa.
Mhm.
Liz Lisa switched to like a soft GYK.
Yeah.
They were Himegadu, Himekaji. I think they've been kind of slowly leaning back into that, like a
Yeah, I've
bit of
seen a couple
them.
of images. It's like, oh, they're hinting. Oh, they're going back to their
Right?
roots.
Like, oh,
Okay, cool. I probably won't fit you, but it's okay.
right. It's like, okay, get a boat, get a bag. Like, but that's the thing. Like, when I was a shop staff for Gold to Infinity, like, okay, like trying to squeeze into something, but this is as a person who's a size medium, maybe a large, depending on where I'm at, with
Hmm. I
all
mean,
of that stuff.
sizes are not, they don't, they're fluctuate.
What it
They're
is.
all
But,
different.
but like seeing people who like not to say this like in a mean way, like they obviously will not be able to fit in it, and we obviously do not have, or the brand obviously does not have more sizes to cater
Mhm.
for at least like a couple of other body types. And
Mhm.
just like you can kind of feel that shift, like, oh wow, this is so cool, this is so cute, but they can't even like bring it up to themselves because they know it's not going to fit. Like you don't want to make yourself feel worse.
Right.
If you know you can't fit it, like okay, it's cute, but like what, you're just gonna settle for a bag or a
Yeah.
wallet or a mirror. Like it's good that there's those options too. But I remember the second time that they came through, like I put my 2 cents in, like it will be great to have like at least a couple of other sizes because we are in America.
Mhm.
It's not like, okay, I'm the CEO of this company now. Okay, let's make this happen, guys. But just seeing it with my own eyes and knowing like there's nothing I can do about it, you know. Um, to all right, well, after what 2014, a lot of those gal brands just went defunct or they switched to GIK. So it was just like,
Mhm.
oh well,
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I guess there's no sizes for anybody now. All right. But like I do wish that even if it's like a low batch, just to do it and like see what happens.
Hmm.
Of course, like you need it to be marketed and everything that is available, so that company does get their investment back.
Hmm.
Like at least like break even or whatever. But I'm sure that would make somebody's day that they can fit something. So,
Right. Right. So we talked a little bit about social media. Do you feel like Gal was dead at a point, and or do you feel like TikTok helped revive it?
yes. So around the time that I did my hiatus after the Anime Expo, so this was like 2014, 2015 or so,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I need a break from all the online stuff. Like I'll still do my makeup offline, but I got stuff to do. Um, Personal life happening and all of that.
Mhm.
And then coming back up briefly to help mentor, and then just like, okay, well, best of luck. I'm just gonna do my own thing now.
Right.
Irresolvable differences, but just, it is what it is.
Right.
To, oh, okay, I'm kind of back resurfacing from like my retirement of, gal circle stuff,
Hmm.
from like a kind of hiatus type of a thing. And like, where is everything? Black Diamond had stopped their activities as well. And I'm like, okay, well, everybody's just on hiatus, it seemed like. Um, and then, there's like a little bit of activity. Maybe I'll post a little bit and see, like, okay, there's something kind of happening. Like, there's stuff going to happen here. And then, okay, like, there's a couple little stuff happening overseas. Like, okay, but I still gotta do my thing over here, but still kind of, keep
It's
my eye
peak.
open of what's going on. Right, just like a little peek.
Some
um,
binoculars.
right. Okay, you guys are still doing it. All right, cool. But definitely like TikTok and how information is just like spreading so fast now. Like you can get secondhand stuff a lot easier.
Mhm.
The reseller market is just a lot better than what it used to be. People are able to connect with each other a lot better thanks to TikTok. Of course, you have a lot of misinformation that people are battling against too.
Right.
And nothing's going to be perfect, but I feel like with people saying like, "Oh my gosh, I really love Daya. Daya should come back." People coming back, that I think that's like why Daya is back.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, people saw that like people loved this stuff and seeing like the switch back, of course, like fashion is going to ebb and flow. Things are going to get really popular. You're going to have a lot of energy put into that because like it's also profitable for businesses.
Right.
Hence why Subasa made Dolly Wink, why she had her perfume line, how she had her, all her endeavors and stuff as a business person than just a model. That, you get gyaru branded lashes, makeup, than just clothes. And then, like, when you don't have a lot of people getting into that for whatever reason, outside of the Western sphere, this is like all in Japan, you don't have the media helping promote all of this stuff. You don't have a lot of people wanting to dress up in this or what have you. That is going to lessen to bits of spikes. But
Mhm.
then also, like, when Black Diamond popped into the scene, which also I will say this, the original Black Diamond was actually me and my gyaru friend and mentor. I don't know where she is. I miss her so much. LA, she called us Black Diamonds because we were Black people in diamond.
Aw, that's cute.
I was like, this is so cute.
Like
Um,
Rihanna, shine bright like a diamond.
great. Sparkle, sparkle. Um, but then like it was just like a cute little nickname. And I
Hmm.
also have like receipts of this having been a thing before Japanese Black Diamond, just to put that out there. Um, where people are like, okay, like gal is on and popping. It's not just the real toned down style like Reiwa, like the more like minimalistic makeup type of a thing where they have the big curled hair, they're actually like tanning and got the nails and stuff. But then there was also the critique of, is this sustainable having nails that are like this long, like you're gonna rip your fingers off.
Yeah.
To okay, well, these people are getting the hair sets and like dressing up like this in almost like every picture. That's going to deter people who haven't gotten the skills yet to make that a part of their lifestyle.
Hmm.
So, and eventually, then they disbanded, and things kind of was like a lull. Of course, you have some people here and there, maybe not as flamboyant anymore, but it dipped. Now I see like it's popping up a lot more.
Hmm.
Brands are coming back. Girls kind of have like more of that like iconic ghetto look, maybe not super super tanned like how it used to be. Like, wow, you're dark. It can also be a little problematic.
Yeah.
Um, but now Angelique is also back, but it's being ran by a guy. This was
Oh.
originally like all girls group, but a guy took it over. Apparently he's been having like meetings with like some of the former members as well from, I can't remember what generation they were in though. I want to say ninth,
Yeah.
but he's been with some of the people that like I was looking up to for like style advice and stuff. And some of them are tanning like super hardcore, like old school, which is also like nobody tans that much anymore. Like this is kind of leaning into that like problematic thing. But like years ago, like I didn't care. I was just like, this is better than anything depressing. Like, let's just go wild and crazy. Like, let's do it. Now it's like, do you really have to be that dark?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, it's like it's a resurgence, and as long as the momentum is there and there's things for people to do as well, then just sit around. Like you're going to need the events, you're going to need, whether in Japan or in America, you're going to need something to do so it's a lifestyle than just a
Hmm.
trend, which also like TikTok can be a little problematic with that. Like, oh, it's just a micro trend, it's just a core, it's an aesthetic.
Hmm.
Whereas like it's been a lifestyle. Of course, like you have people who get into it because of that trendy
Hmm.
aspect. Like, oh wow, like you go to the mall, what's there? Okay, all the gal stuff is there, that type of thing. But TikTok has really made it really wonky. Like, oh, okay, I'm gyaru for like a year, let me throw it away. Now, I have seen people who try to get into the lifestyle, maybe they've been deterred
Hmm.
with all like the icky drama stuff. But
Hmm.
when people don't, or like, oh, subculture, you mean I have to do this every day? bit by bit, you'll get into it.
Right, right. Yeah, like it takes time. Like someone like you like me, like I only were really wore Lolita and like some like tea parties, that's like a common like event meetup that Lolitas like to do. Like me, like I really enjoyed tea time. Like I like the slowing down of it. And like I even have like my own like little tea set corner. Like I have like
Ooh,
different teapots, teacups. I have like tea like loose leaf and then like the trays, like stuff like that. Like and like
oh,
collect like
neat.
teapots and stuff. Like yeah, like it's also and then it's also intertwined with me going like vintage and thrifting. So like whenever I go to like those stores, I look for like teapots and teacups too, and anything that like would be cute for my tea like area. So
Oh, how
yeah, so
cool.
it's kind of like yeah, lifestyle. Like, you know, you slowly get into it eventually once you're like exposed to like the community and such. Like I
Right, and
will
you
say
do it
though,
bit by bit.
I love para para. I love it.
Ooh.
I absolutely love it. And like I definitely want to like learn like a song or two so that whenever I do actually work out, I can like do it. Like it's always because I love Euro beats. I love Euro beats. Like I love it. So I love it. And whenever I see like online like gyaros and like gals like with their cool cars and doing like the dances, I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Is there a song or a particular choreo that you're like, I need to learn this one day?
I don't know, honestly, because like I hate to say it, but they kind of look all the same to me. But
Oh, that's
they
okay.
look
That's
similar, so I don't
okay.
know if there's like a specific but I do like what's the show? Initial D. So like
Okay.
I do like a lot of the songs from there. So maybe like one of the songs like used for Pada Pada there. So
Okay. There's some that I see. I think, let me think, what? Because I don't want to get it confused with something else. Let's see.
yeah, like maybe I
So,
can learn it and do like like a style swap gyaru
running in
a
the
day.
90s, Space Boy, no, gas, gas, gas. No one
Yeah,
says
I love Gas Gas
no.
Gas and Running the 90s.
Oh,
Those are songs I really
oh,
love.
they have Don't Stand So Close to Me. I know that
Yes, that
one.
one I also love that song. I love the songs too. Like those
That
are
one is
like,
like a really fun one and it's not too hard.
ooh, maybe I could learn that one. Alicia's like,
Power Power is so fun. I love
it
it.
is. It's so
I love it.
fun. It's like I don't know how like you're a gal and like you don't like it.
See, like the thing is, like, even with that too, that was like the it thing to do. There were
Yeah,
events, there were tournaments and such in Japan. And then
tournaments. Wow.
later on, like it started to fall out of favor. So,
Mm,
like, if you were kind of like a old head, like in the early 2000s, you most likely knew some routines or knew that like it was a big thing. And a
mm,
lot of newer people that would get into it, like, okay, no one's really doing this unless you were just like into it.
mm-hmm.
Now it's getting a little bit more popular.
Yeah,
Like
I've seen a
you
bit
got people on
more.
TikTok who aren't even gadu, like doing para para.
Right.
um, and Rumi Ringo, who was a part of Egg magazine, she was a model for them.
Mhm.
She also did was a part of like some of the para para filming shoots and stuff too, with
Oh.
Avex Tracks. And she has like a para para dance school type of
Oh,
so she like teaches people and coaches them with dances.
that's
So
so
I
cool.
think in due time, as well as Loello having had some para para in one of their songs, and the Shibuya Egg Girls for the song Shibuya, they had like a little dance. Some people are like, this dance is so lame, but like it's something, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I think like it can come back
That's
because
so cute. So you
yeah.
mentioned egg. Are there any other like I think Papillon is one. So like what are some gal magazines? Like if people are like are interested in like looking.
Okay, so for Japanese side of Gal magazine, you have Egg. They have been doing a lot of controversial stuff with Kogaru, Instagram,
Hmm.
like child exploitation. So a lot of people have
Oh,
been
okay.
falling out of love with the Egg magazine. Now, it has never been like a super perfect magazine, maybe little questionable things here and there, but with child expectation, like I draw the line with that, and a lot of
Right,
people have too.
right.
You have egg, blenda, um, popteen,
Hmm.
jelly, ageha, ane ageha. Trying to think if there's any other magazine. Soul Sister for like your biker girls, your Oda Oda K, biker garu. Um, there has been Vanilla Girl for like Himigaru, but like super rare, super, super rare. Kilala, another Himigaru magazine, super, super rare because they don't make any of those anymore.
Mm.
Um, there's been like I Love Mama for like Garu Mamas. I don't think that they make those anymore. So another rare one. Men's Egg, Knuckle for
Wow,
your
there's a
guy
lot. I
fashion.
didn't realize there's so many. I even know
Same.
like two of those.
And also there has been some Western ones too. Papillion,
Yes, that one
um,
I do know. Yeah.
Gal VIP, which I used to be a writer for when it was active. And there has been like there's Gals a la Mode, which is a newer one,
Mm.
more like digital magazines, and
Mhm.
those are the ones that come to mind. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really cool,
There might be
actually.
like some other ones here and there that
Yeah.
maybe I haven't like been acquainted with, but a lot. But like Lolitas, they've only had the Gothic Lolita Bible more or less, and that's like no longer.
Yeah, I mean, Gothic DLB did announce that they're doing like digital version now. Like that's like new,
Are
like it's like
they?
newer, like earlier this year. But there's been a lot of like community made like zines for like not just Lolita but also like Jfashion and like I personally like whenever I see like a Jfashion magazine I immediately like just get it like because it's like unfortunately physical media is kind of dead and it's like no I love the magazines like the GLB that I have because a lot of the Goth Lolita Bibles like came with patterns to make stuff and the ones that I have, thankfully, come with the patterns, have that patterns. And it's just like whenever they're out in the wild, I just buy them. Sometimes you can see them pop up on like Macari or like Lace Market or even like Yahoo auctions. If people ever want to like look into that, but it's not often. Not often.
Right. It is
Yeah.
rare. Or like
Yeah.
they get snatched up really quick or they're like expensive
Yes.
too.
Yes. 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 So if you can give your younger Mamba era self a piece of advice, what would it be?
That piece of advice would definitely be to surround myself with people who push me to do better, like make content, like keep that creativity going than detracting from a lot of that. Like of course, like I don't mind saying like, hey, like let's all blog or like let's be active or like let's do the thing, right? But if somebody isn't pushing themselves to do that either, there's going to be a mixed match of energy
Mm,
and they can start to feel slighted at the end of the day, which then just starts to create negativity and nothing great comes out of that. I would have also told myself to this was also like before I became Garu and Mamba and everything,
mm.
to just be single. Like just don't even deal. Wait for that right person or whatever. Or have like a better vetting process.
Yeah.
Like what do you bring to the table, mister? That type of thing. And to not be that shy also. Like even though like I started getting out of a lot of that, out of a lot of my extroversion or almost like fear of like leaving the house or like talking to people, but to just reach out to people a lot more, make those connections, make those collabs and stuff like that. And what else? Definitely like don't stop the creativity. Like don't hold back just because of somebody else, you
Mm.
know.
Wow.
Like just be surrounded by people who either are motivated to make more content or they're already doing it. So like I feel like I have to keep up with them
Hmm.
than feeling like I'm doing too much because somebody is not putting that effort in.
Hmm. Hmm. So you mentioned a little bit of like sort of like your mission and like making sure people are loving themselves instead of lashing out. Why is that so important to you?
It's so important to me because when people aren't like, of course, like you can like do the makeup and like look pretty, right? But
Mhm.
like, how are you actually feeling like deep on the inside? Because no matter how many dresses that you get, no matter how much dye or apple rosy that you get, like that's nice and fun and all. But if you're not doing like your soul searching, getting over something that is causing you some sort of pain, that's still going to interfere with anything in life. Of course, you can try to hide it, but some things are still going to like ooze out as
Mm.
well.
Right.
Um, Doing that like is tough work. Like there's counselors, there's therapists that can help, but not being in denial and not just projecting all of that onto somebody else, which like are you just going to run through people like all the time, and eventually people will be like, hey, this person is a crappy person, instead of, okay, this person is having a hard time, but they're working on some things, and not just to have like, okay, I'm working on whatever as like an excuse, but they're honestly like working on something. I guess like it's just been like part of my mission too, like, okay, let me not be shy, let me not be anxious, let me not be depressed, or let me work through whatever, like being sadistic to other people, like what about the repercussions at the
Mm.
end of all of that, to like, oh gosh, like how do I like really say this like concisely, that like nothing really positive happens with negativity, like you're like it'll end up being a bigger problem no matter how far you try to run from it, because it's still going to be a reoccurring issue, and the issue can just get bigger and bigger because it's not being dealt with. Or okay, maybe people are silenced or whatever, but at the end of the day, like it'll eventually still catch up to you. Like
Mm.
the truth always comes to light, or whatever. But taking that time to heal through things just makes life a little bit brighter. Like you're not going to feel intimidated or need to shut someone down just to feel good for just a brief moment, because there's going to be somebody even better than that person, somebody even better than you that comes into play, and you're still going to be negative, and like maybe you'll kind of duck your head down because maybe this person can be mean or whatever, the hierarchy type stuff, but then you'll turn around to somebody else and be mean to that person. Like
Mhm.
it's just something that um has just been on my mind a lot, just pain, how people deal with that pain, and like the effects of it for personal, interpersonal relationships, and for communities at large. um and it's just like a lot of fighting when there's just way more things that are more important than, oh no, somebody got more likes than me, I don't feel pretty enough because of that. Just it's just been my mission. Like, of course, all this fashion stuff is superficial, but
Mhm.
healing yourself and knowing that like people aren't, it's like trying to be mean to you unless they just are.
Mhm.
Like, oh no, this person, they must think blah blah blah, so let me like create this scenario, like that does nobody any good,
Right.
jumping to conclusions like that. So
Right.
um just definitely been a part of my mission. Like, why not feel happy or like do things that doesn't have like a full underlying thing of like trying to be better than, or just like a health aspect, and not just like that can be misconstrued a lot too, right? um but gosh, like I wish I could like make this so much more concise. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay. You're being honest. Honesty isn't always consistently, on a straight
Maybe a little
literal,
a little wonky, a little wonky, but it's just living through it, like knowing that like I'm working through stuff too. Like I used to binge eat back in the day, where it's like, okay, I could possibly get diabetes from this, from eating like terrible, to like other stuff that can, I guess, like fall under self-harm to like, okay, if I was anybody else, I could just be mean to people, then like
Mm.
internalizing that pain. But then I'm just creating enemies, which doesn't help, you know. But I just feel like working through that, healing through it, like it's going to be like a messy journey. It's going to be painful,
Mm.
and a lot of people try to like deter from all that pain, but depending on how they are and how they cope and like interact with others, like things can just get even more messy. And
Yeah.
then when it comes down to like community and like making events and stuff, like okay, there's all this drama, there's no conflict resolution because people aren't getting to that point, or their conflict resolution is just to bully others. Like where has the Gao community like even progressed since the Anime Expo Gyaru
Mm.
brands, you know? And it's just so messy where people don't want to be involved whatsoever. And there are some sweet people in the community, but when everybody's like, okay, well, why do I want to be with such messy people? Like, I know that the EGL, any other group, isn't going to be perfect, but just, I don't know, it just like leads into other stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Professionalism, conflict resolution, just like, and I also feel like there's a slogan called like "Get Wild, Be Crazy." It's supposed to be like party, right?
Yeah.
Have fun, YOLO. But I've been contemplating this for a while when I did the video of the Gato community is failing.
Mm-hmm.
That are people using like "Get Wild, Be Crazy" to just be mean and like angry at people, or like, okay, let me be crazy and like a deranged mental health type of way. Like, I don't want to seem ableist or whatever, but like, oh, okay, like I don't have to have any sort of respect. I can just be unhinged and that's okay. Like, is that like a misconception or something that could be
Mm.
happening where like, okay, I can be cute, but I can just be mentally unwell and unhinged
Yeah,
because
but
it's
like you
Vegas.
could be mentally unwell but still respectful.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah, it's, I wish my answer was a lot neater. And I'm like, oh
mm,
gosh.
it's difficult. It's difficult and it varies per person. So what I do want to know, the Gyaru Gaijin Awards.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it was so fun. Um,
First off, for those that don't know, because I didn't know before this, what is it? Why isn't it a thing anymore?
right. So we've mentioned the Gato secrets, which is like the negativity, the scum of the Gato community. Whereas the Gaijin Gato Awards came up by Lady Lee to shine some positivity. So it's an award show where people were nominated for different styles, like Onegaru, Best Garuo, Best Raku, Best Manba, Best eye makeup, things like that, Best accessories, just so like you're doing well or you're a good newcomer, that type of thing, just so there's something positive to look forward to, some sort of like entertainment as well, give people credit where credit's due. Um, and it was put together, people submitting things and, like all this hard work being put into it. I've had a couple of nominations myself and like just seeing like the effort, like, holy crap, like this is cool to in 2012 I was asked to be a presenter and I was like hell yeah, where you had like the main host Lady Lee, you had several Garu presenters who are visibly Garu, not just okay I did a little bit of eyeliner, let me just call myself Garu without looking like it. Had like these like more or less iconic, like people knew like who we were. Okay, like this is the award for like best Garusa. Here's like these groups here, and this is the winner. And like it was just like so fun. It was like, oh my God, like we have media, and I was a presenter for 2 years, and then the project stopped, and it was like, oh, like why isn't this a thing? But it is a lot of hard work. Some people were also making it seem like then like it's just to also get into like a popularity contest too. Like, oh no, like I have to be good, otherwise I'm not validated, instead of just it's a fun thing and maybe you'll be in there next year. Um so there was like a little bit of like minor backlash with that because nobody's ever going to be 100% happy, or maybe some people felt left out. But at the end of the day, things have to be concise, and there was a next time. It stopped for a while, and then some gals in Europe had picked it up like a couple of years afterwards, where it was more so in person, which was like, wow, this is even cooler. Like, whoa. But a lot of the people that was involved with the production, especially like Lady Lee, who started everything, I don't think she. We talked about it briefly, I believe, like either early this year or last year, but definitely somebody else would have to like take the reins. But also like it has been a project by somebody else, and I feel like that person should still have some creative direction over all of that. Um, but uh, I could see it happening. Of course, there's going to be a lot of editing. It's going to have people like needing to make sure that their parts are submitted, on time. Then like, oh no, like everything has to be stalled, or like, okay, well, you don't bring in whatever, you're going to get replaced because this is a project. Of course, like nobody's really getting paid for this. It's not a freelance project, but if you're not putting forth what you have to put forth, okay, somebody else has to pick up the slack. Like we have to keep things moving. Um, like it's not going to be personal. It's just going to be business. Um, like I can see it happening. That person or whoever they know will have to be great with editing, just so like it look like it has a certain level of a visual standard, but hopefully better than before. Just so like we're in 2025 or 2026 or whatever. Like let's get it on and popping, right? Let's get those good cameras out and ready. Let's bypass copyright somehow or get some decent songs or whatever. Like let's do it bigger than before. But of course, that's a lot of effort, and knowing that there's a lot of newbies in the scene. We're like, oh my gosh, nobody's telling me I'm 100%. You guys are mean. You guys are gatekeeping. How are we gatekeeping if we're telling you, like, here's what to get better instead of, oh, magazines, you'll never see any of these. Like, um, or people who almost want to have mediocrity
Mm-hmm.
for styles, not just be like, oh, everybody has to be perfect. Like I was a beginner too.
Yeah.
But
My
when you
first Lolita
have
cord was ugly.
such wonkiness, knowing that people would want to have like a nomination or whatever, but then knowing that like if you're going to have some heavy hitters being the host or the presenters and such, like people who are lifestylers,
Yeah.
that there's going to be people who are going to get no's or like a next time. And knowing that there's going to be people who are going to be upset and mad and then get other people to lash out at somebody, when people like there are people who take this seriously,
Yeah.
so um I don't know when it will ever come back, because like myself, there's other people who've gotten heat from other people too. People who just want to be haters, people who don't like seeing positive things. So
Mhm.
um it's not impossible. It'll be a lot of planning, a lot of hard work. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you told me, or when you sent one of the pictures with you in it, I was like, guys in gyaru awards. What is this? And so literally before we started filming this episode, I was watching a bit of it. I'm like, this is so cute. Like,
Yeah.
what? And like the obviously it was in the 2010s, like the editing on it. I'm like, oh my God, this is so nostalgic. I miss this kind of media.
Yes.
Like it
Yes.
looks so fun. Like I mean, even like nowadays you get like coordinate contests and then even like a few years ago when Kawaii International was like active, like there's been like things similar to this. But to see like basically the BET Awards kind of similar thing, it was like, yo, this is so cute. Like different nominees for different
Yes.
categories. I'm like, I love this. This
And
would be like such a fun panel idea too, I feel like.
oh heck yeah. Heck
Mhm.
yeah. And also like seeing the progression to from like the first one where it's like, okay, here's this new thing. Okay, that's pretty rad, to like being a presenter. And the second time I was a presenter, They had even like Japanese gals submit like little videos like, oh, hi guys, my English is not good,
Oh, that's
but you know,
cute.
like, hi, how's it going? Having people do par performances. So it was like getting the entertainment
I
aspect and
love
stuff too. It
that.
was
It's
just
like a
like,
whole
oh
word
my God.
show. Imagine if like a brand like somehow was involved. Like that would be so cool. Like and they send like little prizes. Doesn't have to be like a whole outfit. It could be like little prizes. Like that would be so cute. That'd be
Yes.
so
Yeah.
cute.
Like
Man, I would love to see this in real life now.
the possibilities. The
Yes,
possibilities.
I
Like
feel
what
like in a J fashion convention, this would go so well. Like it will give more reasons for gals to yes, any given and or J fashion convention, the majority is gonna be Lolitas. But if you have like something like this, like that'll attract gals too. Like even if it's just for like the one day, not like the whole weekend, it's like we're a fashion community. Why aren't there more gals?
I wonder that too.
Like
I wonder that too.
man, all these
I definitely
fashion
get
styles
niggas
started
for the
around the same
drama.
time. Yeah. And
Mhm.
like a lot of these fashion styles started at the same time and like there's a lot of similar roots. Like we're all against the normative.
Right?
So
Like what is
funny.
wrong with us? And the thing is like maybe there were some kind of inexpensive dresses back in like the
Mhm,
early 2000s, 2010s,
mhm.
but just the paywall of getting like a good couple of cords, like
Yeah.
head to toe,
Yeah.
gosh, for the price of like a bag, you could probably get like a whole gyaru outfit. You know, just
Yeah.
go to a thrift store, go find something cute on the clearance rack or whatever. Like it was
Mhm,
just so much easier to
mhm,
get into gyaru.
mhm,
Practice
mhm.
your makeup, practice your hair, that type of thing, and like just a lot easier than, oh no, this dress is just going to be really cheap with bad lace, and I don't have a petticoat, so of course this is going to be terrible. Or you have to like save up so much to get one dress, but you still need all these other bits. This I it still blows my mind that it does not hold a candle to the EGO community.
For now, hopefully just for now.
I hope so, but I've also been in here for like 18 years, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh Jesus,
Yeah. I mean,
why are we still stuck?
I definitely think like most J fashion conventions that they don't exclude like the other J fashions. It's just that more people are gonna wear Lolita because that's just the more there's more accessibility to that. But there is also more accessibility to like the other J fashion styles. And I think because like some of these community events don't make like an effort to like indicate that hey, we're not only Lolita, right? Like it's fine if they people want to do just a Lolita convention, but like the other J fashions want love too. So I find it a
Right.
little bit sad, honestly. Like, I mean, even at the Great Lakes, like there was people like not in Lolita. Like there was hard decor. Kamila, she was there and she did like a decor Lolita look and she did like a decor look on like one of the other day. Like I think a Saturday was her decor look and then the Sunday was like Deco Lolita kind of thing. And it's like
Mhm.
it works. Like meshes of J fashions work. But people are
Right.
just
And
weird.
probably off the record ish. I actually like years ago, probably like still 2010-ish, that type of era. I saw her in person when she
Mhm.
moved to Chicago.
Mhm.
She used to do EGL
Yeah.
before getting into hardcore, and we actually had a class together.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're already a small community. Stop excluding.
Yeah, like I definitely feel like it's drama. Not to be like the drama llama or whatever, but like I do feel that some things that I thought I what is the term? Tie up loose ends,
Mm.
infiltrating and just like, oh, okay, here's this community, here are these people that she's talking with. Let's ruin all of this, right? Isolation.
Mm.
Isolation, she already has bad mental health, like
Mm.
have everything get ruined because like other cities like they kind of have like better turnouts and stuff, but just
Mhm.
whatever in Chicago, especially when we have such a big anime convention here as
Yes.
is accessible with our transportation. If you don't have a car, like you can still get around in the main part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just like more or less a lot to do. If you want to go to the suburbs, you have Mitsuwa, get some magazines, get some Japanese food. Like there's things to do. It's not like
Yeah.
we're on a farm and
Yeah.
there's nothing. So it's just like having stuff perpetuate and not work out because there is no reason why things shouldn't be working out. When you have people with their own followers or people that they know, like we should be able to make an event that happens in Chicago,
Yeah.
and it's not. And um, it's severely disappointing.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. If people are okay with that, like I'm not here to change anybody's mind because if people are going to be set, they're going to be set until they are like, you know what, whatever. It is said that like all the European events, they'll have like 20 plus people, and it's like, damn, y'all got all of them in the photo. Like, geez, Chicago could never. Or like, oh, if they could try to get some people to happen, are people being excluded, or is there other little bits of drama or like just weird negativity and stuff? And um, I am just not silent about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not to throw anybody under the bus or just like be mean or whatever, but just isn't this what we wanted? Better events, more fun stuff, like cater to us a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not doing it just to be like, oh yes, I am the queen of gyaru in Chicago. Like, no, that's weird. Like I like being a little low key from time to time, even if my makeup was flamboyant a bit back in the day. But um like it was a task, like it was like a mission. Like I'm working with people. Otherwise, it'll be the Lisha convention, like disappointed, maybe years later something can happen, but why not with the people who have the experience? People can have fun. We can the old people, the veterans can like put in the hard work and stuff and yeah, but
Yeah.
in my dreams.
So I'm so happy you're wearing the Lita now. I do hope I see some gal outfits later on in the future. I would love to see them. So, what would you say is what's next for you in your J fashion journey now?
Oh goodness gracious. So at least fashion wise, like the more consumerist side. I would like to get some gothic dresses, some Atelier Perot. That's on
Yeah.
my wish list.
Yeah.
Would love to get a couple of pieces. As just like I love their designs. I love that Ebony is one of their models. Like I like when I saw that she wasn't just like wearing the clothes and that they fit her, I was like, oh, she's a model. Like, holy crap, like groundbreaking. Like, I love to see that level of inclusion.
Yes.
Um, so I
And
definitely
even
want to like,
AC/DC. I believe what's her name? Frokyo. She is also have modeled for AC/DC and like is one on their billboards on the new building in Harajuku.
what?
Yeah, another black model. Yeah, so it's like we're definitely seeing representation. It's like from Japanese brands.
Oh, how cool. Okay, I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta get some pictures of that. I need to see
Yeah,
it. I
I'll
need to
send
see
you like the Instagram profile later. I'll
it.
send you.
See
Yeah,
I
so
love
it's really
it. I
great.
love
Really
it.
great. So, do you have like a dream dress or a dream print that you're on the hunt for?
Oh gosh, my dream I can't remember the name of it, but I do like that bustle skirt. I do
Mhm.
want to get some more skirts. Um, I do like the jumpers too. Like other there has been some like on my wish list from like Circly,
Hmm.
but they get bought up and I'm like, no.
Yeah, if you're not quick on Lace Market or Circly,
There was a black, I think like a black and white, I believe Baby the Star Sign Bright, velvet dress. Like maybe it would fit, maybe it had like the shearing in the back, but
Mhm.
oh my God, I was like natural materials and it was just so lovely. But then
Ooh.
somebody bought it and I was like, oh
Ah,
well,
I hope you get your dream dress soon.
so sad, so sad. I
I
gotta
hope
be
you do.
quicker. Darn
Yeah.
you, economy. Darn you.
Right. Well, I mean, there's also like Chinese indie brands, so like shopping on Taobao. Honestly, I love a lot of the Chinese indie brands. I love Taobao because you can get a lot of good stuff.
I have a dress from 42.
Oh, yeah, I love 42 Lolita. I've bought from them a few times. I mean, I haven't recently because like the tariffs, and I'm kind of on a no buy until the whole tariff situation is like settled, as in like is there's established rules of like how they're gonna get the tariffs, how am I gonna pay for these extra fees, like
I'm
so
gonna
I'm just
become a smuggler.
right,
I'm gonna
honestly
smuggle the dresses for
it's
everybody.
either that or I was gonna go to China and like
Right.
Japan and just buy direct. Like cut out the middleman.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's gonna be the cheapest way. Just take a flight to China.
Right. A little
Go to Shanghai.
vacay.
Go to Shanghai for like a month.
Other like fashion stuff. I do want to make more content regarding person experiences and just like fun and informative content. Um, I do want to like make something too.
Like
Like have the
a
space.
clothes.
Some maybe an accessory or
Mm.
something. Like it would be super cool to like sew a skirt, like with the lace and everything, and like have that come together. I know it might be a little wonky or whatever because I'm not a good, like, I don't know how to use a machine,
Practice makes
but
perfect.
just to like try, like I deterred myself from when I was younger, when I was in high school, a little bit before I became gyaru. Um, but like I want, like, even if it sucks, just try and at least be like, okay, at least I did it. Just like
Right.
cross it off my list.
Right.
Um, what else? I think that's it. Like for
Yeah.
at least like my main thing for fashion stuff. Usually I just do whatever. Finally have some dresses in my collection. Um, and getting some blouses. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like every single time I ask Lolitas, what is the one thing you wish your younger Lolita self knew? They always say more blouses. Get good blouses, not just one, get several in like a couple colors or like a couple style of blouses. Like doesn't have to be a lot, maybe like two or three, because using the same blouse and the same dress gets tiring
Yes.
to some
Switch it
people.
up.
Yeah,
Add
and it's
some sort
like
of flair. Yeah.
yeah. Like I personally like agree. Like, yeah, a good blouse can definitely make a good outfit for sure. Yeah, I love it. I definitely like 42 Lolita. Like I do love it. Like they have all the different blouse options. Like I've gotten like a blouse from 42 Lolita with like the Hime sleeves, like the big old sleeves. I haven't worn
Ooh.
it out yet, but I will eventually.
Okay. Because like some things like okay, they're shearing in it, so it's gonna kind of fit. Maybe it
Mm-hmm.
might be a little short because I'm a little on the taller side.
Mm-hmm.
But like I usually don't think about anything from overseas when it comes to like anything that's gonna be a button up
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because my arms are long
Oh.
already and I don't want it like to break or like rip
Oh.
apart if I try it on because then I'll just feel stupid.
I mean, sometimes when I'm wearing a jumper skirt and if it has buttons, I just button the first like two buttons and that's it. Like
Oh,
under my dress. I don't button it all the way down. Because it's never gonna be shown like the bodice area. It's only gonna be shown like here, the collar. But that's just me.
smart. That's super smart.
But So I'm so excited for your Lolita journey, your J fashion journey, and I hope I
Yay.
see some gal too, because some of your gal
Yeah.
outfits look so cute.
I've been a little more casual just due to work because that eats up
Mhm.
more of my time now.
Right.
Like I had a schedule earlier where like I was able to have a little bit more free time of just like how everything was. And I was like, okay, this works for a while. Now, like this current job, like I'm grateful for it, but it does eat up a lot of my time. So it's more like business
Oh, I see. So you
of
kind of have to
everything.
sneak in some elements
So
with like the
sometimes I'll like wear this dress, sometimes I have to do like a weekend shift. So since like
Mhm.
the top dogs aren't there, it's like
Uh yeah, it's kind of reminds me of like how like goths do like corporate goths. Like it's
ooh,
so cool. So it's like corporate Lolita.
right.
Well, it's so lovely talking to you. So anything you want to
Likewise.
let the audience know, I'll
And
have all
also
your
one thing too, I do want to see some Himekaji looks.
on me.
Yeah, so
Put me on the spot. I do. I love Gal. Like it's so pretty. I really love like the Yankee like biker girl. But I think like from like my first, I'll probably do like a Himekaji and kind of like build up from there. So I am interested. I mean, I like Jidai, but it's always like black and like a darker
yeah.
mauve pink, which I'm not like a fan of. I prefer like the more pastel-y bubblegum. Um, yeah, but maybe.
Mm, I will be waiting for your Himekaji transformation.
Even Kanji transformation.
Yes.
So I'll have all the links for Alicia's profiles and stuff in the description so you can follow more. But is there anything you want to say to the audience before we go?
Yes. Whether you're new to the fashion style or you like it, whether gyaru, manba, EGL, if you're new, build up your courage so you can do what you want. Life is too short to just have some rando person like, oh my gosh, you're wearing whatever. Do what makes you happy. Um, of course, like if you're getting heat from people who maybe you're living with, that can be a little bit hard to navigate. But I mean, people are going to say something even if you dress normal, if you're hot, if you're super handsome, right? So just take a chance, ease your way into it. If it's with the makeup or the hair styling, like practice makes better. You're not going to have something be perfect just one swipe of eyeliner. Like you're gonna want to work on eye shapes, work on how to curl your hair and stuff like that, and make it fun. So you're not gonna be frustrated, and you'll have pleasant memories through that beginner period. Just make everything like a lot easy, a lot more fun. So you got this. Have fun and be well. Eat something kind of healthy, kind of good, stretch, have some meditation because life is stressful on top of random haters, internet drama, and things like that. But making sure that you're all right, your health as much as possible. I don't want to be ableist because I know everybody has their own story, but also doing your best to have some sort of level headedness with so much going on right now because these times are so wonky, so weird, and that is stressful. So,
Yeah, these trying times. But yeah, thank you so much, Lisha. I really like enjoy I really love Gal and I love like hearing like all the stories. It's like it's so different from Lolita, so I just love hearing about like the other J fashion styles too, like outside of like what I don't wear. So I really appreciate you. And then just as a reminder, so Lisha did sign up to be here on Frill Talk, and there is a Google form available if you are interested in being a future guest on Frill Talk and be me. I think Lisha enjoyed her time here, and I really love meeting people outside of just like, like my personal bubble here on the internet. And I love hearing people's stories and all their advice. And really, it takes a lot of courage to come here, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, Lisha. I really loved our time here.
And thank you for letting me join. I am a beginner EGO practitioner. I know a lot of other people are like a lot more seasoned, but it was fun to share my experience as a J fashion person and a person who has always loved Lolita fashion. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and I hope that I'll see you at the Great Lace next year.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
Yeah, yeah. This has been Marina and Lisha, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.